And this is what I like about the digital market. Okay, I get it. You're not gonna see me like to be the guy on LinkedIn, maybe on social media.
Yeah.
But believe me, that doesn't stop me from positioning myself in the market that I want to be. Because at the end of the day, it's knowing what you need to say, it's knowing how to say it, and who to say it to. And being there is all that counts. And that's what Pro Boss is all about. Hey, welcome back to the Boss Lifestyle Club. As you can see today, we're not in the living room. So I got something exclusively lined up for you. And here's the deal, right? So if you are a guy out here struggling to make your ends meet, or you are really into understanding how to make, something out of dialing your computer, like ile kupapasa keyboard and then the dollar just comes out. I got a special guest in the building. He is not a new guy, probably a guy you all know and fans' favorite. And I'm glad to introduce to you Mr. Moses Were, who's going to be sharing with us what this is all about, how you can turn your laptop into like an automation cash generating machine whenever you are into that. So Mr. Moses, it's good to have you.
Thank you. Allow me echo on one from Mr. President.
Yes, sir.
Taptengele. I know this is one of the words that most of the individuals in this industry have heard about it, whereby you just dial on your laptops.
Yeah.
And then you get to do some transactions from it. And now it's expanded, not just for people, communities and businesses, but also we have creators and various opportunities that are coming up.
Yeah.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Arwere Moses. I'm the founder, Strive Creatives. I've been prestiged and honored to work in this industry as a trainer for a couple of years, around 2. And now we have a new child in town. However, the team behind it are robust, and we are looking forward to having this tough conversation today that's going to make and break various areas that are going to maximize and help individuals get into their dream jobs and from online. A laptop shouldn't just be something that you are using for games and fun. Now, how do we make money
watching
from it?
porn for that matter.
That's amazing. If I look back to the previous days whereby while we were being risen up, we knew to use to just go into the cyber caves, get access to the computers and machines. All we could focus on more was just to refresh our mind, look into the new games, look into the news in the internet. But now, with the shift in technology, the trends, we have opportunities and jobs and roles that are coming up, and companies are also leveraging and moving to tech. So now you need to be thinking, how can I get this machine so that I can provide some solution somewhere? So this solution that you are providing actually is a monetization process, and therefore getting broke in this age and era is something that's gone with.
Yeah, awesome. So just to take you a little bit back on what you just said when you were making that incredible introduction, you said you had a team behind all of this, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right, that sounds like somebody who's going above and beyond to just fulfill for their people and to get people to make the most out of what you're teaching them, right?
Yeah.
So I understand that this is not something that you just started yesterday.
Definitely.
It is something that also has been a passion of yours. Because how much I've known you as well. You've been into this game. You're the one guy that I know hasn't been putting brakes when it comes to this matter, right? So what are you specifically focused on? Like, what do you have a niche? Like, if somebody wanted to understand Moses Were in one sentence, what could that be?
I think one of my goals is just focused on impact. Impact.
Okay.
So speaking about Strive Creatives, which is a brand I'm behind.
Strive Creatives.
Okay. We are a brand that has a team that is focused on making impact. So currently I'm looking into the aspect of first helping people acquire digital skills.
Yeah.
Especially in social media, digital marketing, and more other areas. Alongside now, as I talk about impact, in as much as you have gained these skills, it's key to understand how to get into the industry, to get that into that business, or to how to monetize your skill sets. So that's where we are coming in again to offer the services for the business owners, because I've been in consultancy in Kenya and also in international level, and I've observed a wider area of gap whereby business find it challenging to understand on how to hire the right skill sets in the industry, and also those who have the skills find it challenging on how to get into the industry. So how can we demystify this? From just getting into classes and maybe bringing you the services, we have an ecosystem that trains and coaches these individuals, so that when you get out of our sessions, you are actually going to get one of the best services. And also, if you come to the side of acquiring our services, you have a team that has over 25 years of experience that are just ready to transcend you to the next levels. Not just in Kenya and East Africa. However, we are looking broader into the global market.
Interesting. All right, so the guy out here must be wondering, Moses, I just have a laptop, I don't know what to do with it. Maybe I'm in campus, or I think I chose the wrong profession, because I hate going to a 9 to 5, and I want to turn my laptop into a money making machine. So what skills would you advise this guy to pick on, or what would you train them so that they can be valuable in the marketplace?
Value has to be attached to something.
Exactly.
Definitely. However, before finding out your value or the job that you would like to get to, personally, there's a difference between job and work, and finding something that you want to do it every single day until you get the best out of it, once you are in employment, or even in this area you're providing your skill sets. So when we talk about what you can be providing, the value that's going to attract those opportunities, first let me just draw back before I talk about the skills, whereby you need to first assess yourself. Like, what would I like to take in? What is my brand? What do I like doing? So you need to assess first your personal interests. You need to know them, your identity and values. What do you stand for? What would you like to be associated with, and also to be doing? And then after assessing these ones, you will definitely come and understand and realize some of your interests in this particular area. So they'll guide you on the next step of now researching on various opportunities, trends, and jobs that are in this industry that I can find myself doing passionately. And in the extent also, I have understood their pay rates and much that comes with it, so that I can put in the work consistently, speak about it effortlessly, and maybe now start being seen out there. So that's when we come and speak about skills, I have various skill sets that I want to share. When we talk about tech,
let's do it.
We have about some website development, we have the blockchain, we have
blockchain.
Blockchain is also
we're going to come back in a moment.
So we have the software engineering and many more. Again, when we come to the area of digital skills, we have these digital and creative, we have this graphic design. By just doing a single graphic, it takes roughly almost 2 hours if it's a bit complex. And after that, you are going to find to attract in around $1,500 for $500. Sometimes depending with the type of client.
$500.
$500. That's if you are handling an international project.
Is that in a month, in a week, in a day?
That can be a monthly, or if you're handling a bigger project for a client, or a single project whereby you are just produce someone a poster, you can attract like $1 or $2. So if you can earn into that within just a specific seconds or hours in a day, then you are better off than someone who was just seated somewhere playing and having fun with their laptop. So I've talked about graphic design.
The guy is doing boutique and gambling. Okay, this is a way much better way that is consistent, that also levels up your income game, because it's I see people when they think about the internet game, they think it's the quick cash, or they're looking for the next push button system. They just push a button and the money comes flying in, which is absolutely not the case, especially when it comes to the online. From what I can understand is that you have to go through, teaching yourself what to do, how to provide that service to a person who can pay you what that is really valued at in the current marketplace, right?
Yeah.
All right, and you talked about various skill sets that you guys provide, such as web design, blockchain technology, graphics design. Hey, by the way, speaking of graphics design, aren't you afraid that AI is going to take over that?
AI is just here to improve what we are providing. However, because we have the aspect of human touch. And AI can mess you up, and it can also give you the best avenue. humans want to interact with humans. Therefore, if you are looking into getting into graphic and creatives, you just need to understand the various industries and various scenarios and moments that you need to be leveraging AI, not only in graphic design, but also in various tech and digital areas of practicing. So speaking about other services or services or skill sets that speaking about other skills that you need to have at this moment when you have a laptop, allow me to talk about digital marketing, because most businesses are getting online. So this is where you need to understand how to do content, to write emails, to position your brand by leveraging that content marketing aspect, and also on social media. What do you need to do so that you have these specific skill sets? So that's what we do at Strive Creatives Academy. Alongside, I've just talked about tech skills. So this one needs a deep resilience and respect and commitment in your area of work. Without dedication, you are not going to get the best out of it. And therefore, you need to dig deeper into the sources of information and the best institutions that offer these trainings and modules. Just don't follow everyone.
And Strive Creatives is going to help out with that, for sure, right? For sure. All right. So I heard you say that, you have to know the market you're going into. And I heard you say that digital marketing is one of the areas that most companies are coming up. They don't have time to focus on, if I heard you correctly, right? And because of that, there's a lot of opportunities when it comes to that. Is it not true that I saw you training people on how to do that?
It's true.
It is true.
I've been training, and one thing that fascinated me, one of my goals was to train, especially the young individuals and young individuals, so that the Gen Z, particularly, to take up these courses. But something that fascinated me is that it's the business owners who are coming up to master these skills. So
interesting.
What if your boss knows how to do your job better than you?
I think that would be nice. You know why?
It would be nice.
It would.
But what if you haven't went to that extent of learning that skill?
Okay, it is nice because first of all, if it's a good boss, he could also help you like nurture up something you can brainstorm, and he'll also understand the complexity of what's needed to do, right? Yeah. The problem of having an ignorant person is sometimes they do fall under that blind eye, where, if I'm not mistaken, they'll delegate everything, and not just delegating, but just it's like delegation by abduction. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Abduction, like, hey man, I just brought you in, just do this, and this, don't complain, don't ask anything, don't even ask for a raise, just fucking do it. If you understand what I mean. And that could lead to something that is, I think there's many areas of digital marketing, some areas that you ought to know what you want to focus on. And if you are abducted and just every role is just, thrown at you, and it's not something that you're really into, you might suffer burnout. And that's the problem, I think, with I think when we came, we were talking about the kind of, like bosses who hire people for less, and then they just want them to do everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it feels like that.
It just feels something. That's something that hasn't ended in this industry and economy.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's also it's also over there at the international levels. However, I haven't had such particular experience. So when you are thinking about getting into the digital space as a business or elevating your brand into that particular area, first you need to really understand what that particular ecosystem is about. What type of skills do I need?
Yes, most important.
As a manager or a leader in that particular area, then you need to understand what type of skill sets will I need for my team to have. So that one will assist in the delegation and also how you can measure the performance of those particular individuals. Then you need to also understand which skills or areas of tech and digitals can I leverage to elevate my brand. So thinking about these three concepts or areas, you are in a position to create that infrastructure in your organization where there is a good flow of conversation. There's a good flow of conversation on how management is done, how teamwork flows in, and there's cooperation and coordination within the team. However, if first you lack the skills of who you want to hire, the industry you are in, and how the team should be operating, not only are you going to be thrown out of the market as a leader, but also your business is going to struggle. So this is one of the reasons I urge more business owners to first master the skill and this space. Also, their business infrastructures.
You kind of remind me of our program, which is called Pro Home Boss. You can find it in the description below. And also you can find this guy's link to his course in the link below. When are you opening doors? I hear yours, you close doors and then you open them now and then. So it's, you take a limited number of people.
Currently we have 25.
25.
Already 3 slots are gone just within the first 24 hours, and we have 25. We just have to limit it because we have to offer some coaching, coordination, and make sure that we bring the best out of our team. Awesome. So I don't always close doors. I'm always open for conversations. If you miss this slot, we see you in the next one. Right. However, we have closed for the digital marketing until next year, when we are coming up with comprehensive sessions that's tailored for both business owners and now those who want to get into the industry. So we're working on that, something like that, with a great team of mine.
Yeah, awesome. Then that means people can whitelist so that when the doors open, you can surely lock in your spot. So I was saying something about, also something in our program, Pro Home Boss. And part of this is, okay, for those of you who don't know what that's all about, it's leveraging now the skills that you have. If you've gone through Moses, he's given you the skills of how to be valuable in the marketplace. Now, I take you from the current local market. I place you in a market where they're going to give you, like 10 times or 5 times or even sometimes 20 times than the average market, right? And I give this analogy of a dad. One day he comes to his boy and tells the boy, hey, son, tell you what, I saw this stone at the riverbed. It's quite colored. It's beautiful. I want you to take this stone and take it to the market. And so the next morning, the son takes the dad's instruction, goes to the market and just displays it. Right? The first couple of people comes to the market, they say, I'm going to buy this for $5 or 500 Kenya shillings. So the son rushes back home and says to his dad, Dad, check out this guy offered me 500 bob for the stone that you gave me. Then the dad silent for a moment and tells the kid, hey, I want you to take this stone and take it to the tourist market. So the next morning, the kid wakes up early, takes it to the tourist market, and at the tourist market, he displays it there. And so the first couple tourists come, and then the fourth tourist comes and says, hey, I'm gonna give you $10 for this specific stone. The kid is ecstatic. He goes back home. Daddy, you can't believe what happened. This guy offered me $10 for this specific stone. So the dad silent for a moment, and then the kid just doesn't understand why he can't just take the money. And then the dad says, son, I want you to take this stone and I want you to take it to the pawn shop in the next village. Yeah. So the next morning, the kid just wakes up, doesn't understand why he needs to go to the next village, but he just goes as was instructed by the dad. And when he gets to the pawn shop, the guy looks at under the microscope. They normally look at stones, and then he's like, oh my goodness, why did you find this? I'll give you $500.
What a shame.
Oh my goodness. The guy just goes home immediately, right? Without no us. He just rushes home. Dad, you offered me $500. What should I do? Let me sell it. And then the dad's like, okay, you can sell it now. And so he goes sells it at the $500 at the pawn shop. So this analogy was what stood out for me, because this is the same concept that I've used in my life. You see, the market that you're in, you take the amount of money you're going to make at the end of the day. If you position yourself like an ordinary Joe, like everybody else, guess what? Everybody's going to pay you like everybody else. And this is why I'm so sad about the school systems that we have today, right? Everybody's competing to be like the next person. Yeah. And job opportunities are taking a cycle of 35 years. When somebody gets in around 2000, they wind up living at 2030. That's when they retire. So when are you going to get a shot? But when you play at a different level, a different market, and by leveraging specific skills that are not commonly practiced in school, then you have an advantage over the millions of people being spit out from school every single year. And this is what I like about the digital market. Okay, I get it. You're not going to see me to be the guy on LinkedIn, maybe on social media. Yeah. But believe me, that doesn't stop me from positioning myself in the market that I want to be. Because at the end of the day, it's knowing what you need to say. It's knowing how to say it and who to say it to. And being there is all that counts. And that's what Pro Boss is all about.
It's all about brand positioning.
It's all about, okay, so I wouldn't say brand positioning. I'd say it's more about what? I've never used branding in my life.
Positioning will also assist you in understanding who you need to be displaying yourself and skills to.
Yeah.
How you need to move in that particular industry, understanding the trends in the market, understanding also your real value, so that when opportunities come in, you don't just say yes to everything.
Yeah, obviously you don't have to say yes to everything, and that's why you need to know where you need to be at, right?
Yeah, sure.
You know which shop to go to. You don't need to go to the local market.
Yeah.
Or maybe you could be in the tourist market, and maybe you could be in the pawn shop market. Everybody wants to be in the shop, pawn shop market. The most paying, the best, best market there is in the world. Why should you only be limited to what's available? Just because you were brought and raised in some specific geographic location doesn't mean.
Can I ask something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Not everyone knows how to locate the pawn shop.
Well, that's where I come in, pro home boss.
That's fascinating.
That's fascinating. But at the end of the day, to be at the pawn shop, you have to have the stone. And the stone represents your skill sets. How unique are they from the market, right?
Yeah.
As you said, a lot of companies have to thrive via marketing. Why? Because marketing is the engine of the business. You can't survive if nobody knows you. You can't win by obscurity in a business that is selling to people, right?
Yeah.
And also, knowing that what they want, and that's what I'm really impressed about Stripe Creatives and also your programs, is they show people this is what the brands need, and these are the technicalities. You break them down in such a way that people can also understand them, easy to understand. Hey, do step A, B, and C, and you're gonna get C, right? Because it's tried and prove it.
Yeah.
So it's no brainer, man. I think everybody should be dumb if they just want to settle for what's available or what's just everybody else is getting.
That's amazing, and it's one of the challenges most of professionals and individuals have in the local job market.
Yeah,
and I think you have a great solution to it. And also, I've been looking into it as I've been in this space, and I can see some opportunities are coming in. Let me talk on the aspect of first the pawn shops that are also trying to get individuals who can sell to them.
Yes, sir.
So, as a business owner, you really need to understand your business ecosystem, the type of skill sets, and the people you want to attract in that particular industry and organization. So, this one will help you on how to evaluate your skills, how you are going to price, which is very key. And now, after pricing, you'll get the right candidate who will be working for you. How do you measure their performance? That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two, how do you measure the impact of their performance in your business?
So they'll always, sorry for cutting you short.
Yeah.
When you mean that, so that you'll always be competitive and the people will always feel like, hey man, I can't do this without you.
Yeah.
That's what you mean by measuring impact.
You have to.
Okay.
Because if we ignore that, then even my presence in an organization doesn't mean anything. Because yes, I'm putting in the work, but how are you paying me? I was coming up with the aspect of price.
Yeah.
When I want a raise, what are you going to use? Is it because I've been coming here 9 to 5? That's why you are going to give me a promotion? Yes, someone can work for just 3 months. They deserve a promotion because of the impact that they have made in this organization. However, someone can work for even up to 6 years and they don't deserve a promotion.
They're still sleeping.
They don't deserve any raise or promotion.
Yeah.
So
tell them.
Understanding how to measure the performance in your business and for an individual in your organization, something that's very critical. And that means that you shouldn't be taking your employees or individuals who are working with lightly. Make sure that you give them the right tools, you give them the right skill sets, you give them the best work culture. That one is going to be a key determinant on how they are going to perform at their maximum.
At the maximum.
Sorry.
It's okay.
At maximum, we talk.
Yeah, save some water, sir. Save some water.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you're liking our guests, also don't forget to throw that like button, and we got to subscribe if you want to get to hear more of this. Again, you need a growth partner, and who else could that be if it's not Boss Lifestyle Club? All right.
Okay. To some extent, often we talk about I'm a strategic person.
Yeah.
And we talk about how we need to bring in strategic individuals in our organizations or formulate various strategies that will maximize our performance of organization or even in various areas. However, a strategy doesn't implement itself. It's always implemented by people. So you need to understand that in business, your strategy success is going to be determined by how your team thinks per time.
Yeah.
What influences their performance, which is now the culture, and how you are also adding into the success of their performance.
Yeah.
Therefore, as a business owner or as a team lead, you really need to give your team the best work culture and environment that makes them maximize their performance. So what do I mean with this? Many organizations have various goals, infrastructure, systems, plans that they put it out there.
Yeah.
But as well, actions and activities reflect the same towards your team. If not, you are still going to be stuck where you have been over time. So I always emphasize on having a good work culture. Like if I am with you in my organization, there's nothing like seniority. I don't use positions over here. It's about performance. That's what's going to build relationships between us. I see this guy.
Oh, sorry about that. But I was going to say, I hate, titles and positions. They kind of suck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's business is all about people. So why the fuck should I be limited to speaking to you if you feel like you're way superior than everybody else, or some other people's who are below you, or their opinions don't matter.
They always start with we are just a family. We work as a family here.
Yeah.
So after that, what comes in? Toxicity.
Really?
Toxicity is that what follows, because you are going to be expected to work in the weekends, no day off. Work extra hours, no payment.
Yeah.
There are no right performance metrics in place, and therefore, to some extent, you'll feel like you are not in the best workforce or workplace. So that's where now I come and always talk about and tell my team, like, if you are working with me or you are working in another organization, you really need to understand your value and assess your environment and be mean with it. Yes, I can be working for you, however, I don't feel right being in this position. So what do I need to do? It's not me trying to showcase you what I have inside me, but just in unleashing my best and giving my best to my work so that performance can attract the right individual who is in need of what I'm doing. So by doing this over time, yes, I'll lock you off my head. My mind will be focused on the work, and then setting goals of where I need to be will guide me. If now this environment, I can't tolerate it anymore, I'll just have to move out. However, if sometimes this is the job that only I have, I'll then just have to take a break or take a leave, then have some rest, so that at least I feel relieved, then come back and work. I think by deploying those two tactics, it's always easy for you to find yourself, maybe the next opportunity.
Yeah.
Just find yourself, yes, because this is what now I have to do, and I can't move anywhere else.
Yeah.
Now, at least I can always relieve myself because I'm being used to this environment, and then over later I need to have plans and goals that I need to be moving into so that I can be in the next position. However, nonetheless, don't just stay and you have a bad boss. Have a plan. Talk to people. Now, this is where mentorship comes in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So I was going to ask this. You've talked a lot about the right position. And being at the right position counts a lot because, as you said, your goals and not being in, how you be the toxicity inside an environment, that, the environment counts a lot, right? But also the position does count a lot because you couldn't tell me that I can do well as a monkey while I'm a fish. I can't climb trees if I'm a fish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the position does count. So to you, what does the right position look like? What are the qualities? What can do you have a checklist of how somebody can measure themselves against the right position?
Accountability. For me, I place it topmost. And then I first look at the values. So that's accountability, integrity. Because in every position, in every field, I'm going to give you some duties and responsibilities that you're supposed to be doing over time. For me, as a person or as a individual, because definitely there are expectations.
Yeah.
So first, can you handle this role well? So that's where now I have to look into that because I'm expecting some performance from you, some results from you. So if you are the right individual for that role, then it means that now I have to trust you. And then there's aspect of honesty. Will the results that I'm getting for you match that position? And everything and the environment that I'm providing for you, does they match that position, that industry? So that's when I brought in the integrity aspect, whereby our values have to be aligned. And this is where most of the organization always find it wrong. We just bring in the JD and we want to give it to anyone. However, we don't look at accountability measures like how good is this person fit for this particular role before we talk about the roles and the job position, the name, the titles. We need to look into accountability aspect, whereby you have the right people, like with the right skills, the right mindset, the right values, who can deliver the results we expect for that particular role. So talking about integrity, work is not about just performance. Life also there's a part of those individuals, they spend 40 hours in a week in your organization business. So therefore, you need to also be contributing in their lives. So therefore, you need to be having various job evaluation measures to see their performance over time. And therefore, you need to just add in, if it's the perks, the way that you can be, how can I put it? The way that you can just try to stir up their performance so that they maximize their input. So there's that aspect of integrity. They feel like they are in the right mood, the right cycle, the job workspace, and also culture. So setting that particular environment, it's about mindset shift. Before now we come and look into the titles. So based on the performance, yes, sometimes we can always hire for attitude. However, promotion, 40% should be based on attitude. It should be on results. And that's for me and my instincts, how they can tell me. Because when I have the right person, I have seen how accountable they are. I understand their values, aspirations, and goals, and we align. Then I'm in a position to just take them to the next level. That not only works in businesses, in positions whereby we are hiring. It also works when we come to the streets in matters business, in the business world, whereby you need to get some deals done. We need to understand, is this person or this business in a position to deliver for us these services? And does our values align? So when you talk about values alignment, there's integrity aspect, the papers, the documentations, you check into their background and everything. So that one those are key measures that you need to look into, particularly as an individual. So promotions. This is where now some office politics often come in, whereby we have various leaders who might bring in favoritism. Understand that if you are always favoring one individual from the other, you are always going to lose the best performer or the top performer in your organization. So I can leave it there.
Okay. Yeah, you're very right about that. To add on that, if you ask me what the best position means, I definitely say this. Number one, it's sometimes not the position that's going to give you the most money. If your goal is to become whatever you want to become, it's to become an A player. It could also mean, walking through yourself from Z, Y, X, all the way to A. So the learning process is what counts, right? Can you learn from the top person in that company? Can you learn from the boss? I just learned this, the best rule for the backbone of the economy, us men, or even the career-driven woman, whatever it is, whoever you are out there, it's not too much about your boss. It's how much you can learn from them. And can you see something in them that you'd like to develop in yourself? Because at the end of the day, money is what? Money is just energy. It's something you can always get elsewhere. Money is a tool. So the learning process is what counts. So if you're a mama blogger and maybe you want to revolutionize the industry, that's what you want to learn. You want to expand, you want to have multiple locations, you want to turn the operations into something that is never seen or something you're really excited about, then go ahead, learn everything you can learn in that field, and then add your twist, add your visions to it. Because at the end of the day, I mean, you as a person, you're the most incredible thing that any organization, any business, even yourself ever have. Your mind is just marvelous. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know why we human races tend to diminish our own capability of what we can do, or the miles we can run. Keep jogging, man. That guy literally broke some records that people thought were not possible. Running the marathon under 2 hours, right? There was a time that was impossible. But this guy set a record. Now look at him. So why should we diminish ourselves of who we need to become just because maybe the paper said you got a D plus or you got an F, or maybe the guy who got an A was way smarter than you are? You know what I'm saying? Or because that guy is an MD, you can't do as well as he's doing? Cut the crap, bro. wake up. if they understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Go learn something. Invest in yourself. These are some choices that you gotta make time for yourself.
The C students always work for the A students.
Buy that book. Buy Moses' course. Otherwise, you're gonna stay in the same result that you've always stayed at. An environment is created. The reason why you have a mind, and the reason why you have beautiful houses we live in, is because somebody created that house you live in and decided, you know what, I'm gonna create housing for somebody like you. But the thing is, there are many more houses that are created, way better than the current one that you live in. Yeah. So that only determines the person who lives in it. How is he thinking? Does he value himself good enough to raise to the occasion where they can find the resources to live in that house? And results are just a measure of what you're producing in the economy or whatever you're getting. It's not too much about, this person is blessed, this person has money. In fact, I was having a talk with my producer Judy the other day, and we were talking about this sick notion that we have when people go to chamas or harambes. They always call the people who have money. But when you look at the person who has money and the person who's quote-unquote titled to not have money, one thing they have in common is they all have all their faculties right. They have the brains, maybe, unless you have some deficiency when it comes to that. If you have a properly working brain, then it's all on your fault, man. Go learn something. Join these guys, what do you call that? You have a free WhatsApp group, right?
Yeah, sure.
Where you also educate people every single day. You nurture them and you mentor them as well before they make the decision to get into your premium courses, right?
Sure.
So, get into that. Learn something. Rub your shoulders with the best in the industry. Learn something that they got going for themselves. Otherwise, you either make your circumstances or your circumstances make you.
Adding into something, you echoed on purpose and almost to mindset. I believe the world has been made so beautiful. Very beautiful. We have things for fun, and those who want to learn always take and make the tough choices in their life.
Yeah.
Everything that we see today was an imagination by someone.
Exactly.
And even where you are seated, this was an imagination of someone which he brought into life through art. And therefore, if you are looking towards elevating yourself, first shift your mindset. You can have the money, it's just a paper. Now, after you have shifted your mindset, this can be about people, how you see people, how you see yourself, how you see your work, and how you see everything in the world. Once you have you can go into that point of meditation, self-relief, reflection, and finding yourself. And you want to build a career, you want to build a family, you just want to build something that's amazing.
That's valid,
now, let no one again get into your head and mind. Now, get online. Research about that area that you are interested in. Is it a course that I want to do?
Yeah.
What does it entail? From A to Z. And then after that, put in the work. One thing that separates doers from talkers is the actions that you take.
Yeah.
The actions that you take every single day will just nurture you to who you want to become. And once you start becoming, you'll be attracting opportunities. You want to be the one who is asking out for people to help you in that particular area.
Yeah.
Let me talk on a business perspective.
Just go ahead.
You have set up your firm, you have known the right individuals and the team that you would like to work with, and you are the CEO of that particular organization.
Yeah.
So you carry the mind, the soul, and the heart, plus the vision of that business. Any individual that gets in, you have to make sure that you have assessed them and they add into your vision and goal. Same applies to your heart and soul. What are you always letting inside? Assume I want to build a career in tech. Who should I be associating myself with? What does it take for me to take? So understanding that there's also a period of grinding, and not everything is monetary at the moment, makes me just want to grasp the best from the world, from those who have imagined, have done, and have the results. And you have to be in a position to put off the distraction. Number one distraction at the moment is the phone.
Oh my goodness. Instant gratification, sir.
The phone.
Yeah.
Whereby before gratification, I just want to be looking through the phone, just scrolling the screen, just seeing the reel, looking at the fun that's around me. So you are looking into the imagination that other people have brought into action to distract you from your goal. What if you can just now decide I want to also be the content creator and this is what you do? Because it's so sickening that recently when I was in one of my sessions looking at Kenya's Global Innovation Index, we have 85% internet penetration in the country.
Yeah. I do understand that mindset or how people think or the way of thinking is what holds them back. So, what kind of books are you into when nobody else is watching outside school? Anything that you've not read in school? Like, what books did you draw the inspirations from?
As a strategic person, let me start with the Blue Ocean strategy.
Oh, the Blue Ocean. Oh, my goodness.
The Blue Ocean.
Yes, sir.
Because we live in a world where when we are doing our art, like me, I would say I am a talent in what I do.
Yes.
However, that one has attracted me, has attracted individuals to me, and has also drawn me closer to some individuals. And then we have various individuals who see you like a competition. So understanding and integrating my art and passion makes me want to just stand out in everything that I do without bringing in the aspect of competition. And that's the first book. The second book that
Wait. Blue Ocean Strategy, who's the author?
The author, he's not much in my head.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not in my head. However, it's the best and the favorite book.
In marketing?
Not just in marketing.
Yeah.
However, if you just want to shift to a mindset from these overall individuals and being average, and you want to set yourself apart, that's one of the book that I recommend. Not just for you, but also for business and individuals who want to get in that field. It will really shift your mindset. Then another book that I can just recommend is 0 to 1.
0 to 1.
By TL.
By TL.
Nathaniel TL. So that's also another book that will elevate and change your mindset in everything that you're thinking about becoming. Because we live in a world that's going to be driven by innovators. So you need to think that we are almost 55 million Kenyans, right? What is it that I'm going to do perfect that's going to set me apart?
Yeah.
What is it that I'm going to bring to life that's going to impact others? What is it that I'm going to do that will draw other individuals to me? And what am I going to start? Most people don't start, they give up. And what challenges are there in my environment that I need to solve? I think those are key insights that I draw from those books that I have looked into. However, there is much.
Tell me, which other one is your hidden favorite?
Consistency is, I would say, it's as an art. And often, I don't see my job as my work. And I don't see my work as a job, because it's something I integrate and it's just part of me. When I talk about strategy, business development, people, impact, these are things that just flow effortlessly. Like someone can call me anytime I need this solution and I can reach them. And therefore, to make just sure that my art is flowing, the Atomic Habits book is my favorite. Yeah, it has kept me afloat in occasions when I feel low. I have pages I can flip into, and then I just find myself energized. And not only that, I look also into, I leverage podcasts like the Patrick Bet David. I look into top creators and business individuals who have built great infrastructures like Visit Bakwayo. We have Gary, and we have some Adayami Andra. We have some great Nigerian mindsets who are in there. So I believe that Kenyans, we are also in a great space.
I was looking, speaking about Vusi, I was looking into some of, the third world country kind of charts the other day, and I realized that South Africa is not a third world country. Did you know that? It's not a developing country. South Africa is not, but the rest of Africa is, including Egypt, Morocco, all those kind of countries, that including Kenya as well. We are a developing country.
Everything, be it growth or
this is the part where you
elevation.
Like,
I'm coming somewhere. I'm adding somewhere.
Okay, I was gonna say this is the part where you act shocked. At least for me, man.
Yes.
You're like, what?
There's a reason I'm coming there.
Yeah.
So if I look at South Africans, I want to share one example of an individual who is Witness Mdaka.
Yeah.
He shares about property management, mindset shift, which we are just talking about. A mind shift in a nation. If you look at South Africa, that's a country that was in captive for very many years. They were ruled by apartheid. They had individuals who were fighting for freedom for many years. Yeah. So therefore, they matured early enough. Maturity, once it gets into you early enough, you understand how to be accountable, to be responsible, to have a mindset that's going to set you apart. So having that kind of mindset, you look at their individuals like who are driving that country towards independence, the likes of Nelson Mandela. Yeah. So they already had that knowledge earlier.
Oh my goodness,
so that one changes the shift from them thinking like we have these problems like in Kenya we do not have solved, the prices are going high, we have bad leaders, to what can we do in our environment? What can set me apart? I think I've answered you.
Well, that's way technical, but you tell me what you think in the comments. Has he answered the question the way you want it to be answered? If not, please guide us on how you'd like us to talk to you. Either ways, you like it, you like this or you don't. We still, the best thing is to just go do the research for yourself.
Yeah.
Is to find it out, because I think the most impressive thing anybody cannot take away from you, something that you can take from yourself, is that every panelist on this board, they do their own research. They go out there, they make something happen. They go through the books, they learn. They rub shoulders with whoever they can that they think is well capable to take them to the next level. And so do you need to do that. All right, so we do not have a lot of time left on this episode. Maybe, we'll be shifting to the next, so be sure to check that out. But where can people find you, Moses? Especially that group of viewers where you normally post, links where people can learn new skills and, develop themselves in terms of getting or making money online.
That's amazing. I think one of the best apps I've been leveraging first has been LinkedIn, whereby you can find me there, we can connect, you can have chat and a conversation.
Yes, sir.
As Moses Were, that's my name, and it's always in caps.
In caps.
Okay. Yeah. Again, when you come to social media, other social media handles like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, you can find me at Moses Were. And on X or Twitter, I'm there at Moses Were 254. And those are platforms that have really helped me get through the industry. So I preach water and also drink water and not wine.
You better do, man. All right. So today's episode was literally sponsored, or it was shot by Kidani Media. And we got amazing Isaiah and Billy in the building producing this behind the scenes. So if you want to check them out, just check out that name. Otherwise, I've been your incredible host. I hope you liked me. And if you don't, man, you better think why. Alan Mungai. And until the next episode, I wish you all the best. And I hope you took something from this. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let us know what you think about today's show. Thanks.